Alright, so last time we played, we were making some decent progress with the DLC 2. We did all the Obliterator, one-hit Obliterator stuff, and now we're going to the new sets of 3 shrines where you have to go explore the game world to find them. It's really cool. It's a neat way to put more shrines into the game world and kind of challenge you a little bit more, since I don't think you're allowed to do this DLC until fairly late in the main game. Cat came home from work and you could tell that I was like super duper stressed by the microphone issues, but you know. So you already have a lot of things that can go wrong when you're streaming. You could have ISP issues, which we're no stranger to. Any piece of your hardware could stop working, and it's just I've got this extra something could go wrong multiplier with Windows 10. I feel bad too, because you don't want to, like, you know, stay on the old version of the software forever, the old version of the OS. DLC 2 unlocks after beating all the main story missions. Really? So you have to... Does that include the going to Gannon's castle, or just doing all the Divine Beasts? Oh, I'm sorry, Six Gun. That's another thing that could go wrong, right? Not be raining now.
Revali's gale is now
I'll
ready.
take it. Deal with climbing here. Hey, she didn't get me the whole way, but it got me pretty far. My dad did that one time. We were Skyping for Thanksgiving, and he went to go show us the turkey and like spilled all the turkey grease all over their laptop. All Divine Beasts and defeating Gannon. Really? I didn't realize you had to beat Gannon to do this DLC. That's cool. I'm glad they did that. DLC can feel janky sometimes when you're playing a game long after. I wonder if this thing is designed to auto-break, or they realize that's what people were primarily using it for, you know? I don't think these things were all here before, were they? Nope. Now, these ones have 3 hit points. That's fine. I'll take Daruk's protection. Assume that means I'm in the right general area, though. So, the picture I took, where was it? Is it this one? That looks right. So it's... I'm a little thing in the middle of the U, so it's more southwest of me, more in those woods down there. Yeah, sorry, Chaos. That seems to keep happening to people. It was happening to Sornus a whole bunch as well. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Oh, you think it's GDQ? Maybe, that would make sense. How has GDQ been so far? I've missed most of it live. Been doing stuff around the house. I know it's only a couple days in so far. Maybe I need to kill all these dudes to trigger this. One. Should see how many actual ancient arrows I have. 17. Alright, I could probably afford to use some here. Reign of the Wild, I know, right? It's that image, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Rain at Unfortunate Times. Oh, come on. Alright, 60 damage Master Sword. Pretty swell. I imagine that's a really big deal when you're playing on Master Mode, if you're able to get through that trial. I guess you can't get to it until you're already pretty far into Master Mode, but having that amount of safety would be nice. Alright, I might have a clue about this one. Conquer the ancient foes. Okay, so I do have to kill all these guys. Gotcha. Twitch issues are widespread. I think I saw something posted by them. Hey, buddy. Come here. Why can't I lock on? There we go. It's fine. Take it. I wonder what that does to a variable amount of damage. Ouch. Oh, why do I have this shitty shield? Why am I not using the Hylian shield? What the hell is my problem? Oh, not like that. Oh, Link. Cat gets really frustrated when Link just, like, gives up like that. He just kind of keeps rolling down a hill. Like, oh my god, try, dude. I wish this game had, what is it? Teching, I think they call it in fighting games. Or like Smash Brothers, where if you press a button at just the right time when you land, you pop back up immediately instead of having that really slow animation. Come on, dude. And once I fall, it's really hard to get the timing back. You make one mistake, you know? So I can't seem to lock onto him either. Why is that doing such little damage? Nope. Least favorite GDQ as far as game choice. Wow. Just because it's stuff you're not familiar with, or like the actual games they've chosen aren't that interesting? Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. Oh, I dodged it! I didn't even think that was possible. Alright. 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 Fine. 8 life. I think I can get that back, though. It's kind of weird that these dudes don't make noises, like the usual piano sound effect when you're fighting them. This thing's still over here. Hey! I got it back. Nice. There's some hearty truffles. Get on that right away. Cover all the health I just wasted. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot this one. The aerial ancient machines, I have a lot of trouble getting the timing right on them for some reason. I honestly don't know what it is. How does durability work on the Hylian shield? Can it break eventually and you have to replace it? It seems like it just kind of doesn't care. I'm sure it has a limited durability though. I'm excited that this DLC has like open world puzzle shrines. I definitely wasn't expecting that. That's one of the best parts about this whole game. You lose this time, Crafty. I never did the Terrytown thing. Right on. That's the little town you can build. Do you do all the stuff with Volson? One of the more important or cool side quests that I kind of skipped or wasn't aware of. I think there might be a shrine nearby. Thanks, Prophet Cable. Good looking out. Chat freaked out a second ago. I accidentally hit maximize on it. Other thing I did today is something I was trying to do today is set up a command where you can just enter top votes and it will tell you like the top 5 games. And it turns out that that's really hard to do. I don't know if anyone's ever like learn about sorting algorithms. Really, the only way you can do it if you're doing it manually in a shitty piece of software like Deepbot is to write a bubble sort. And a bubble sort is really inefficient and it's really ugly in Deepbot, and it would probably take me like tens of thousands of lines of code to do. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that command. I came up with a couple different versions of it, like, oh, this isn't going to work, and I was like, oh, wait, no, that's actually not going to do what I need it to do at all. Support and guidance. Okay, so can I meddle anything, or is it just stasis? I guess I can use Cryonis. Bubble sort in look in Discord and look in the behind the scenes channel. You can see what, you know, an elegant deepbot command looks like. So imagine trying to write a bubble sort in that. It's pretty ugly. Because at first I was like, oh, I'll just set it so that, like, you know, every time you vote for a game, it'll check to see, is this game in first place? If it is, then replace the first place one with the game. If it's not, is it in second place? If it is, replace the thing in second place. I'm like, this is it! I finally solved it! Hooray, I don't know why this is such a problem. And I thought about it some more, I'm like, oh, well, what happens if, like, the game in second place overtakes the game in first place? Like, my system has no way to know to remove it from second place and move the thing that was in third place up to second and fourth place up to third, like a bubble sort. It's worth reading the Wikipedia article on bubble sort if you haven't heard of it before. It's pretty intuitive once you see how it works or see a GIF. I think there's a Reddit post recently that had a bunch of cool GIFs of different sort algorithms, how efficient they are, how fast they are. Six Gun may have just shared basically that. Yeah, why don't you just go / find the highest game / find the second highest game? Because I started converting to my solution thinking I was so clever, and I'm like, wait a minute. Once I run this, it's just going to say that the second place game is in both second and first place as soon as it overtakes the first place game. Oh, it's rough. Oh god, I think I know what they want me to do on this one. Alright. Seems fun. It gives you a cool intuition for a lot of them and why they're called what they're called. Support and guide, huh? Is there a specific place that I know I want to guide it to? I guess I could just get it all the way across here. I don't think that's what they want me to do. Okay. What happens if it falls in that third one? Oh, it just stops there. Playing Plinko now. Sorry. Alright, so what happens if it falls here? Nothing useful. Okay. So I might need to destroy and place one right here. I guess that's why the ball slows down for me, huh? Dunning-Kruger weakness. Oh, that's right! Ah! Okay, alright, so we gotta go... It's, first in, first out, right? Shit. So we gotta start with this one. Yes, yes. This is a cool puzzle. I enjoy it. I'm probably doing it a really stupid way. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to delete them strategically. Thanks, ball. Yeah, possibly. I think there's probably many solutions to this one since there's a bunch of platforms that I can stasis. I could stasis the ball itself. Shit. I don't know if I can get back up there. I don't know what this is. Let me see what this switch is first. It's a launch pad? It's permanently... Oh, it's a way to get back up. Okay, appreciate that. Right on. Take it. Right, so I gotta start over and not fall down this time. Yeah, a bunch of other people are having chat problems. If you're watching and you're unable to talk, it is not just you. I guess try leaving and reconnecting a few times. Seems like the way to do it. Yeah. I wish. Yeah, I thought about stasising the block. I do have enough time. The reason I did it wrong last time was that, the reason I did it wrong before is that it destroys the first block I made, the oldest block, and I forgot that I had done it in the other orders, so it destroyed the... It didn't destroy the block I was expecting it to destroy, basically. Okay. So let's see how far out I can stand here. Let's kill all these. Hey, Serp, what's groovin'? How you doing? Okay. Guess I could stasis it up here so it's not hitting me on my way down. Oh, God. Ugh. Alright. The ball has to be heavy enough to make this thing respond. Turns out when you're on a time pressure, it's really hard to make that jump. Normally it wouldn't be so bad, just be really patient with it, but easier said than done. You're no longer needed. Faster way for me to get back over there, maybe? This is going to be one of those situations where I've just kind of like stubbornly decided on a way I'm going to attempt to do this. And there's going to ultimately be a solution that's like a million times more simple. If you tried not being pressured by time, that would be nice. Come on, Link. Yeah, stasis helps with the time pressure of the ball running me over. Link. Swear to gosh golly, buddy. Okay. Now, can I actually reach that from here? Because that would be the ideal. I don't think I can. I could try to get up maybe high enough where I can see it. And then bust a block and drop down. Let's try that. There we go, that might be it. This might be the ticket. Oh, it's so close. Is that gonna be enough? Alright, it rolls over it. Perfect. We've all had the vision where I make a third one and fall and lose after that, right? So let's not do that. Yeah, you really got to get just the right spot. How about that? It's a little janky. It might have been just because of the timing when the ball came by. Let's see, though. So that slows it down a ton where I currently have it positioned. It's kind of a problem. Try to place it a little bit lower. How's that? Okay, still moving. This is where I fall to my death, so let's step off now. I need it to be a little slow so that I have some time to maneuver. Yeah, alright. It does, yeah. It slows the ball. It can't completely stop, because if the ball totally stops, then I'm in trouble. I don't think I can really move it other than to hit it with stasis a bunch. Come on. Ugh, I gotta get over there, don't I? Alright. Just take it slow. Don't fall. I think it's just the way I'm doing it is tedious. There's a bunch of little platforms at the bottom that I'm choosing to ignore that probably make this much easier. Alright. Shit, I just lost my... Alright. Alright. Driving me batty, man. Thought I was so clever where I had it positioned last time. Totally forgot the order. Okay. Cool. Good start. Try to keep it in the middle so I can walk across it. Starts to slow right there. And I gotta quickly make 2 ice things after that. Let me make sure I can make one over here first. I can't. Okay. Is that important information? Guess I can try to walk ahead of it once it reaches that point on the left. Need to go ahead and stasis it. No! I guess it's gonna land somewhere different than it's ever landed before, but... Nope, it just slowed down so much. Alright. Alright, let's think about a different way to do this, maybe. I've been so absorbed in this solution that I haven't tried anything different. Alright. Oh, what was my John? Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, fair enough. Thought maybe I did say something. You know... Let's just for fun try this. Hey, thanks PK Ratchet, welcome back. Thanks for subbing. Try it again now that I've removed the ice block. It's good to have you, oh chitties. You are super awesome. You're super awesome. No story spoilers now. This is all just DLC dungeons and stuff. Nothing important. That's it's called cutting the Gordian knot. Alright, let's just get out of this place. Let's not question it. Did I get all the chests? I did. Hole in one. Yup.
We've got this, Marstead. Where? How? Where? First try.
How you been, PK Ratchet? So what's the... There's got to be an intended way, Chaos Factor, that's maybe a little bit more difficult than that bullshit. Is there how-to for subblock stuff? It's going to be complicated because of the whole hiatus thing and everybody having a bunch of banked hours. So if you just want to shoot me a Discord DM... I remember you had a game specified and you had a little bit of time bank, so I just have to pull it off after stream. Stand on the other side of the room. Cryonis doesn't have a max range. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's interesting. So you can see the whole thing. Now, are you actually supposed to just guide it all the way along that path like I was doing all stupidly? That's cool. Sure. So, if you have line of sight to it, you can hit it. I would call that max range. Alright, so it's by the Divine Beast. Oh, interesting. You have to use the ramp to like knock it up and down. Yeah, no. Oh, previously we weren't allowed to approach the Divine Beast, right? Is it only because we just did this mission? Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, no, let's just golf it in. Cool. So we're gonna have a trial in the Divine Beast. That's clever. The Realm of Memories, huh? So this is, I'm like gonna be in here when Mipha was still alive or something? Right on. It says they're dangerous. Now, after you complete this stuff, can you walk right next to it safely? Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this DLC so far. I figured it was just going to be do 3 dungeons at each of those locations and we'll give you some goofy reward. Man, what is going on with the Patreon thing? It keeps, like, crapping the bed for some reason. Can I blame this on Windows 10 too? Because I'd love to. Oh yeah, that bummer bottomless pit. I was gonna say chromatic aberration, Cal. I was gonna call it out. Huh, that's a really extreme usage of chromatic aberration. It was kind of cool. I don't like it in most games when it's just on all the time. I have this shield over here. I just gotta set it up. It's a pain in the butt to set up. Hard to mount. Oh, did you sub on Patreon? Oh man, they're not sending me any alerts. Thanks, Chaos. Appreciate that. Did it let you do alert trigger? Maybe those are all busted. Open with a fight against Waterblight Gannon. Okay, interesting. Yeah, sub-hype, but not triggered for some reason. Let's double check why. I like how I have limited resources for this. Oh, dick. At least it took me back in time to try to change the results of this fight. So I have 3 light scale tridents, silver bow, very lore appropriate gear and food. That's neat. You're a dick, dude. There's a lot of people using Patreon to subscribe for stuff. I don't know. It could be that Twitch alerts is under load. This is currently not going well. I'm not... I keep insisting on trying to bow this guy in the eye, and I don't think I need to do that. But when I did it at first, when I got in here, it didn't seem to do anything. Ouch. Yeah, bowing him in the eye doesn't accomplish anything yet. Okay, so I guess I just have to... That's his way to punish me for being too close to him. He really likes that move, huh? There we go. Yeah, let's do more of that. Cool. I'll still knock him down. I guess I should have saved my arrows for this phase, huh? Nope, that didn't do shit. You jerk! Why you gotta be so rude, Gannon? Alright. It's really cheesy, but... I can't use arrows. Come on, get up, Link. I hate you sometimes, you know? That's my last of those, so I can keep doing that. Do I not have a shield? I can't even deflect that? Ugh. It's a bummer I wasted the one lightning attack. Come on, Link. I like how they give me these 3 really shitty food items. I don't really know. It's like this Link probably had healing. Oh, I have to hit him 3 times to stun him. Interesting. Whew. Alright, interesting. It's a hard mode version of the same fight. Neato, neato. That's pretty neat. Thanks. It was a really dirty fight. It wasn't pretty. Could be way better. Now I know what to expect, at least. Greyflor Nito. Oh yeah? How did you do it, Chaos? Hey, what's up, dude? And now I know what to expect next time, a harder version of the same fight. Sure. Call the champion of Ruda's wrath before she walked her chosen path. Localizing music is hard to do. Keiva's kindness is known to all, which is why the princess came to call. By throwing both of your spears, wow. Yeah, missing with an arrow in that fight is pretty brutal. Probably would have had to have thrown at the end. That must have felt pretty good to win at the end.
Princess, may I ask who the other chosen champions are?
Oh man, extra memory cutscenes.
Daruk, Rito Confidence, Revali, Gerudo Spirit, Urbosa, and also the Hylian with the sword that seals the darkness. Link.
That's me. The DLC plot though, so is it relevant?
Sidon, hurry and swim up here.
I really like Zelda in this game. I don't really care for the champions.
To swim up this big waterfall.
Urbosa's alright.
One day, Princess, I must leave him to face choice my
This
favorite
game
router.
might have my favorite iteration of Zelda. Trying to think. Tetra's pretty great. It's hard to compete there. You could get a baby Sidon amiibo. Starring Vin Diesel as baby Sidon.
We'll go together so you can get a feel for it. Let's go.
Spirit Tracks. Oh yeah, no, Spirit Tracks. That was one of my favorite boss fights in the series. That's, I guess that's just generally true of the Wind Waker universe, right?
Sweet
I think the
Sidon,
Ganondorf
should
boss
fate
fight
ever
in
part us,
Wind Waker, and then the Ganon fight in
Spirit,
well, the
protect
Malleus
and love
fight,
home from harm.
the Shmanon fight
Understood?
in Spirit Tracks are pretty awesome. Yeah, that really bums me out, Chaos. Happens to Tetra, it happens to Sheik.
Now, shall we try one more time?
I'm still bummed that Breath of the Wild you don't play as Zelda. Aw, the cute smile. Shmanon Schmorf. She felt less like a damsel in distress in this game because she's doing all this work to keep shit sealed. That's like a first 5 minutes revelation about the game.
You're so strong. So much stronger than before.
Where's Sorna's bear?
Power of Mifa's grace will now recharge much faster.
He likes this cast dude.
As powerful as you
Oh,
are,
that's cool.
I
Extra
am certain
fast
you can
recharge.
save Hyrule. As well as the princess who awaits you.
Alright. Demonstrating her shield and sword. Keep them closer, maybe you can see it in the corner. Mifa's Grace Plus. Takes less time to recharge. Awesome. Wonder if the other ones all just reduce the recharge time or if there's other powers they can give them. Because there's not a lot of design space in Mifa's Grace. It double reses you. Makes you extra not dead. Yeah. I'll just put him in this corner as a reminder to put it back up for tomorrow, since back to officially streaming I can take the hour or so to set that thing up. She's not locked in. Ganon's locked in with her. Right? Okay, that's exciting. So if I know I get a lower cooldown, then I definitely want to do this one next. I'm trying to think. This is the most useful power in the game, by my opinion, but having this one sooner could be nice for the other bosses, depending on if it makes it do more damage or just reduces the cooldown. So I think I will do this one. This is the best power, in my humble opinion. So let's pop here and float down. You're right, so I should save the shittiest power for last. I should have saved the Mifa's Grace one for last if I had known this was a powers buff. Although, watch it really pay off. I don't know how the cooldown will really save me at this point. So at least the other powers could help me through the other, 3 trials if I had done them first. So be a 3rd secret DLC coming in. Good job. It was stupid plot anyway. You didn't really miss anything. Yeah, I guess it's just if you played the heck out of this game and really beat it and found all the shrines and then we're just waiting for the DLC to come out, then you'd have less to do with the stuff after the DLC's done. But it's cool that they give you a reward. I think that I would guess the DLC in this game is probably best experienced during a normal playthrough when you still have shrines left to do. I wonder if they're going to do any post-Gannon story, if you really need to beat Gannon to start this. Or do you need to beat Gannon to finish it? Because I think that Donovan was starting this, and she's only done the Divine Beasts. This is such a cool way to... So it's different from just showing it to you on the map. You don't have to beat Gannon? Okay. I enjoyed that about playing the Dark Souls games late, is that I got to do all the DLC before finishing the final boss in any of them. Whereas Dark Souls 3, I think I played before either DLC came out, so revisiting it for just a quick DLC felt kind of weird. That appears to be the case, Propagable. Nice. This dude gets around, man. So is Revali the douchebag, or is the not Revali Birdman that helps you get into the dungeon the douchebag? Or are they both kind of shitty? That ain't Falco. Meadow's champion, swift and proud. Meadow's supposed to call to mind Medley from Wind Waker. It's like Ruta is a Ocarina of Time. Revali's the one who's a douchebag. Shoot the flame dragon's horn. Oh, jeez. Race down a peak, rings adorn. Race down a peak, rings adorn. Shoot 4 targets to win. That ain't Falco.
Oh.
Cool. So we got, let's see. 1. I really liked in Mario Odyssey where it encourages you to use the screenshot button for this kind of thing. I don't know how easy it is to review screenshots of a game you took though on the Switch. I don't know if I will ever do it. It's a neat concept. Okay. Let's start with this one. It's likely somewhat close, right? So I can hear somewhere, maybe. The peak? No, that coastline doesn't look right. Between 2 bodies of water. I guess it could be here. That looks correct. Oh, it's right here. The flight range. So I gotta go do the 4... oops. 4 targets. Okay, so that's 1. What else we got? This one. Ooh, that's gonna be harder to figure out, isn't it? There's like what appear to be ice flows in the corner. Is that what that is? Oh, that's what that is, I think. So it's just southwest of Hebra Peak. Somewhere like over here, maybe? I want to say it's like over here. And then the last one... probably near where the fire dragon spawns, right? So probably in this ravine would be my guess. Canyon. I think this is the right shape here. Yeah, like right here. Okay. Let's go do the flying one. That should be easy enough. Bottom tab of the home menu. Oh, it's not too bad. Just pull it up right here. Right on. Oh, that would be so awesome. Propagable. That whole problem is sort of a bummer, right? How do you solve the we need to have boundaries in our game world? Like, you can just have an arbitrary invisible wall that stops you from progressing. You could do there's a gigantic canyon on 3/4 of the landmass. You could have it be set on an island. So no matter how big your game is, eventually you have to give in to the fact that it's not infinite, right? Alright. I don't have any cold resistance anything, right? Probably make some. Do I care enough? I really hate equipping cold resist gear. I love my climbing gear. Fine. Just take invisible walls. Oh, interesting. Whoa, let's not do that. Let's not. And say we did. I need to find 4 specific ones, maybe? I'm running low on regular arrows. I need to go, like, cash in all my rupees. Right? Like, I have 15. Ugh, gross. That'd be just enough to hit all these. Not that one. Nope, neither of those two. Unless I'm supposed to hit 4 in one pass. That might be what they want. So you have to find 4 that are really close. Have a ton of stamina for it. Do I have any stamina recovery, anything? Couple. Okay. Try it. Okay. Oh, come on, Link. Turn. There we go. That was it. Clever, clever. Does anyone know a particularly good place to buy regular arrows? Oh, it gave me a full stamina heal. I appreciate that, game. Thank you. It was at the very bottom of this, wasn't it? Yeah. That one's actually pretty close to an existing shrine. Right on. I thought it was always going to be equidistant from a bunch of other shrines. Make the town rounds. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it after this shrine here. I want to have... So one of the things that I do as a luxury, like I grew up poor, so I'm used to conserving everything, but and I try to be frugal. But I refuse to be frugal about paper towels. Like, I don't want to be in a situation where I have to take a single panel of paper towel. Like, I'd like to be able to just take as many as I think I might need. Same with arrows. I don't like feeling I have to conserve arrows. Shoot them willy-nilly. No Rajee. The 4 wins. This is already a bad sign, and I need arrows right at the start. So I can use some of these lightning arrows. I got 108 of them. Do the same thing, right? The efficiency gains. I know, right? Kakariko's the cheapest. Isn't Beetle, like, kind of expensive? Oh, I see. Big arrow challenge. This place in particular reminds me of a portal puzzle. Already these zones are very portal-y. Maybe a temporary open? I guess we're about to find out. Yeah, that's one thing I could do. Keep forgetting I have that. It's pretty weak in this game. I guess they could have tried to make it nicer with the Master Sword DLC. I don't really know what they would have done though. Kamen. There you go. Portal 2 has a lot of, you know, high flying stuff. It doesn't have air vents, but it has the I forget what they called it, but it was like a force field that would get on you. Oh god, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a woodpecker outside. Ben's going crazy. What the fuck is that? They're so loud. I didn't realize how loud they were. Let's see. Get up here, potentially. Oh, clever. So what does that open temporarily? It looks like it's loud enough to be triggering on my microphone, but I'm guessing that the in-game audio is just loud enough that it's not audible. Ben is really upset. What is that? Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna wait here and see if I can figure out what that thing does when it's activated. Can I stasis anything? So this stops them from generating wind. The thing being on doesn't appear to interact with this in any way. It's a door that's only temporarily... I see. Okay. Gotcha. I'm sorry about the cat cam. He gave up. Anyway. I was actually using the cat cam for our Jackbox stream. I'll have to... Dang it, Link! To move it back tomorrow. There's a WebSocket compatibility problem with Windows 10. Keeps CatCam from working. Yeah, I can't. Well, I might be able to... I have a way to trigger it manually. That's really the best I can do for now. What's the deal with this one? Is there another way in there, maybe? I wonder if I can just shoot it through the wall, and that's why they're... Yeah. How do I get in there? You don't. Don't worry about it. Well, maybe it's still possible to get in there, too. There's multiple solutions. Come on. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. There you go. Oh, interesting. I don't think I can make that from here, can I? It doesn't seem like it rotates any more favorably. Guess I can get around to the inside of it, maybe? Ah! It's like there's an earlier shrine that has that as the puzzle. You're like, what am I supposed to do here? I know, right? Glad you invested in all that stamina. The wind on the inside is a bit of a clue. He works out. Yes, yes. I feel like they're generally pretty good at giving you loot that doesn't have that problem. Actually, you know. No! Alright. Brought that on myself. No one to blame but me. Huh. Oh, okay. Boo earns. Wee. I didn't even realize that was an optional chest. Just didn't look behind me. I know, right? The whole time. Alright, let's go get a bunch of arrows. I don't think we've had a blood moon since we started streaming this again, so that would be a good time to buy it all and hope for something. Yes, true remain. I gotcha. For people who have done this DLC before, is it feasible that I'll beat it before, why does that keep happening? Sorry, is it feasible that I'll beat it in today's stream, or is there significantly more content that I don't know about yet? Yeah, I was up pretty late last night. Money's on no. Okay, cool. Awesome. Can save it as a backup game for a little bit in case we have some extra time in the schedule once we start this whole substravaganza sub-block thing. Hey Cappy, what's grooved? How was your weekend? Yeah. Oh, thank you, PK. Got it. Yep, I should have all those records so I can restore you. I still have the maximum amount of stamina, right? No, sir. Oh, what kind of game is that? I haven't heard of it. Your being overflows with vigor. I know that's right. Cool. What makes it stand out from other JRPGs? Mega Man 03. Oh, really? What makes that particularly difficult among all Zelda games or Mega Man games? Let's dump some jewels. Oh my god, I have a lot of these. Good lord, where's all this from? Alright, don't question it, just enjoy it. Do you need a lot of these for some of the gear upgrades? Probably shouldn't sell too many, but... Good old-fashioned JRPG, right on. I've never played the Mega Man Zero games. I didn't realize they were hard in general. Interesting. Ah! Alright, go back to Meadow. It's a really big JRPG series with continuity between games. Interesting. Continuity is in, like, transferred save file, like Suikoden Mass Effect style? Oh yeah, easy to farm. Yeah, so have people figured out exactly how the different levels of like bokoblins work in this game? Is it that it tracks how many enemies you've killed in the game, and then as you kill a certain number, you stop seeing red bokoblins altogether, and then you stop seeing blue bokoblins altogether, and so on. Continuous story, right on. So maybe more like Golden Sun. I went to the wrong thing. Excuse me. I already forgot my own question. Sorry. Don't need your bow. Probably just look for where the item shop is, right? General store. It's the clothing shop, which I've already bought everything. Here we go. Hey! They have 27. Oh, okay. I have 27 in my inventory. I thought it meant that she was selling 27 of them, and I was about to be like, hell yes. Give me 27 times 5 arrows, please. That's actually a very fun. Okay. Let's try this one. Fight the fire dragon. Yeah, I thought I read something about like the contents of chests and the general like difficulty level of monsters as a function of something weird like enemies killed or chests opened or something. I don't think it's actually connected to spirit orbs, although that would make a lot of sense. That was my question, Chaos. Have we figured out how the enemy scaling works in this game? Like what triggers it? Is there a number of blood moons that have occurred, maybe? Because that's blood moons appear to be connected to the number of like in-game world changes you're creating. Oh, thanks, Cappy. I don't have to do that. It's just $24.99. I think I've got 30 is still floating out there. Yeah, that if you do 25, you'll get the permanent slot. Oh, I'm being a moron. I want to go this way. Ever since we started allowing Twitch subs, I'm basing everything off of the Twitch sub maximums instead of Patreon, which was just arbitrary back in the day. Hi, Ben. Is cat cam set up right now? Ben. Ben. Danger zone. Got here. Korok puzzle. Still delightful. 12 easy payments of $24.99. Yahaha! Marty, what are you doing? When did you learn to jump up there? Marty! Oh, he's gone already. Thanks, Cappy. Appreciate it. Super cool of you. I really appreciate it. It's good to have you back.
You're super awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Probably over here they give you the heads up. Maybe? No, maybe not. I guess this is a place where I could go to pass the time. Oh, wait, there's somebody. Hey, dude, do you know what time the dragon shows up? The Dargon?
Oh.
Brings you here. Flies through this valley at night. Okay. So what time is it now? 9 p.m.? So it should be any second now, right? I think that's about the time that you jump to when you fast forward. Hopefully it's... I think the way the dragon spawns work, if you're standing in its spawn path, it won't spawn. If you stand a ways out, you're okay. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a Dargon? I think he comes from this direction. Because I think he spawns over here in the morning. Andrea needed to farm this guy for a shrine. So I think he does like this, and he exits out this way. Tiny Dargon is a little brother now. Probably what Polar's doing right now, taking care of little brother. Where the skull is? Oh, really? Because the marker says to come here. Oh, there's the blood moon. Oh, get some arrows again. Don't think so, not yet. They decided to name their second son what their cat was already named because they really liked the name. So they had to rename the cat. Oh, that was funny. I do want to be here. Okay. If I don't see him after like 1 or 2 in the morning, I'll try passing time with the fire over there. It's okay if I stand over by the Rito guy, like... That won't prevent him from spawning. That's a good question. I think they love the name, so they used it for their cat, lacking a child. Nice, Cappy. That game's getting increasingly cheap because of all the subblock time for it. There's a couple people put it on there. Xenosaga is definitely a game that argues for, like, cinematic storytelling in gaming. I've been really impressed with the direction it goes. It's not at all cliche. That might be why it hasn't spawned yet. Okay. Link. Be careful, Link. Nice. Da-na-na-na. It's a highly interactive movie. I had at least one session that had no gameplay. I think it was just cutscenes. It's a really cool setting, though. It's very dark. Alright. I'm gonna try resting. See what happens. Deedly, 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 dee. Thanks, Propagable. Scaring the shit out of me over there. I just doing basic regression tests, right? I'm like, well, I should just double check and make sure everything works. Exclamation point Gameo sub dog. Exclamation point Gameo sub pound side emoji.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
There's a recent update to Deepbot, the bot that I use, that I feel like that was forever ago that I fixed that bug. That was this morning. I was up really late. Anyway, it made it possible to make a negative vote, so not only would it reduce the vote total of a game, but it would give you SP. Yeah, I'm excited to check out Front Mission. I have the DS copy sitting on my shelf over here. I don't want to spend a ton of time here, so if someone knows for sure, would be willing to Google it, like, what timestamp roughly is Dinral supposed to show up? This is I can tell you the quest name, ex-champion Revali's song. I'm standing right next to the Rito guy, so I might need to be standing further away. Oh dang, Cappy, nice. Yeah, no. Replacing is my only way to fix it, so it would be easier for me to revert that if somebody's fooling around. Negative interest rate. Alright, I will wait until like 2 in the morning. And if it still hasn't spawned, I'll reset it again and just wait by the fire. What the hell? Oh, scam likely. Man, way to go, T-Mobile et al. For their scam likely call titles. That sounds like... Yeah, the dragon makes a sound effect in addition to... Oh wow, its horns are all gnarly looking. That's cool. So I don't also get the horns. Flat negative tax rate. Yeah. We're here to talk to you about your current back tax debt with the federal government. Try again, spammers. I love the Google Voice. Oh, dang it, Bobby! Oh my god, Bobby. Okay, I thought Link was just gonna fall to his death. Really wish you could tech in this game, man. It's so embarrassing when Link just gets into a falling animation and just slides down a hill. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Although I also enjoy that you just run into them to chaos. I mean, I guess you could still run into them corrupted. But everyone I've seen play this game has their first experience of just seeing one flying in the sky and being like, holy shit. Shira Gomar. That's cool. I think I can get a decent shot of Marty here. On this loading screen. Hey Marty. You furry little guy? Sorry, Ben's the one who's a little guy. Marty's a buddy. It's like you can clean up, you can move stuff. So much that's worth doing, right? There we go. HD cat cam hype. Oh, really? Yeah, I think I saw a lightning dragon before I saw the corrupted dragon. I guess I could have sent just a bomb up there manually. Oh, cool. I think I just get this. Yeah, it's a bummer they didn't announce that until very... Well, I don't think they'd actually decided on what their partner requirements were. It was kind of a know somebody who works at Twitch sort of a situation. Yeah, good call though, Cappy. I'll try to run through all of my systems now that the hiatus is over and just try to clean everything up. I don't know why I was trying to throw that in there. Unnecessary. Cool. That works for me. I could see doing Switch or Twitch again once we do partner, just to get more emotes and stuff. I prefer to have basically all the emotes at the $5 tier, and then... Oh, clever. Okay. So I can cheat this. It's unfortunate. Wonder how you're supposed to do it. Oh, you're supposed to... Okay, you're supposed to stasis this thing. That makes sense. Adoy. Need to figure it out anyway, I guess. I don't like it when Link doesn't comply with taking out the paraglider. I just like that Patreon's so consistent. It's like they always bill on the first of the month. They always send remit payment the next month after they charge. Twitch is just messy and there's no tracking. Ugh. There we go. This is gonna take a while. Janky timing. Alright, I gotta wait. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate where they were going with their fees change. It was still a bad idea. It was ultimately bad for creators as well as for patrons. But they were trying to like make it clearer to the... They're trying to offload the cost from patrons to... I'm sorry, from creators to patrons. And most people are like, yeah, please don't do that. I'm going to lose a bunch of subscribers if you do. At least they listened, right? Not everybody does. Da-da-da-dun. I still wish that they would let you set milestones on Patreon according to actual dollars pledged, as opposed to dollars pledged post-cut. That makes things really complicated, especially since their cut is variable. Mm-hmm. Right. No, that's true, Propagable. Okay, hear that. Twitch has that problem as well. Alright, next we're going to this one. Fortunately, they're all pretty close to shrines this time. I'm going to need to equip some cold resist stuff, we'll see. That was a cool one. I like that they have a shrine that interacts with a dragon more directly, because I think you can find like Dinral's scales and stuff in chests in the endgame. Had to do with the base amount of the charge, right? Like, if you were subbing for $100, then the cost wasn't as significant as if you were subbing for like $1. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was both flat and a percentage. The flat one was really bad, though. I guess what they were coming from is that, like, it cost them a lot to process payments. They get a discount for doing it in a batch, but still. Alright, what was my clue here? Race down, peak, rings adorn. Oh, that must be this peak here, right? So I might actually be starting on the peak and then we exit at the end. Hopefully I'm not going the wrong way. Pretty sure this is the right spot, though. Yeah, 35 cents. Like, I've got a couple people who sub for $1. That's a significant cost. Can you not climb this mountain? No shit. I didn't even realize that was ever a thing. I know, but he can like climb his Cryonis blocks. It's really interesting. He can climb virtually everything in the whole game. It becomes really surprising when there's something in the overworld you can't climb. Alright. So, this is the peak they were talking about. I think it's off to the west. Race down a peak, rings adorn. So it's probably those blue rings, like it's the similar puzzle to the one we did earlier with the waterfall. Let me try to study the map here, though. Yeah, you'll agree that we're looking at the same thing here. Might be more like along this thing here. If y'all think I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, that looks like that's the right water, right? So it's due north of the water and then east a little bit. So it should be like directly beneath where I'm standing. I look for rings. Oh, there they are. Got it. Hey. Yeah. If you think about it, it's a pretty large percentage of the people using the site. Shield surfing on the Hylian shield. Totally not a waste of resources. Whoa. That's gnarly. That was pretty awesome. I didn't realize that this path existed in the game. I wonder if they did other things. They just had people, hey, explore around and find something cool you can do that doesn't currently have a cookie for doing it, you know? Superman 64 kids. IRL miles measurement. Yeah, I think so. What's the biggest game right now? Is it still Just Cause, is it? Or Daggerfall or something? Ignoring something like Minecraft. Excuse you, princess. That was fun. Cool. Link disrespected the hell out of the Hylian shield there, using it as a surfboard. Whoa, bro! I don't think I could. I think shield surfing actually makes sense. I mean, I guess I've, like, ridden down a hill on a cardboard box before. It's kind of a similar concept, but... Like, who was the cool guy at Nintendo or cool gal that was like, you know what we need? Shield surfing. 8.3 square miles. Running speed is the same as the average human walk speed. Something closer to a slow sprint. Okay. I like shield surfing. I'm not complaining. It's just one of those, like, alright. I feel like Nintendo's full of little ideas like that, you know? It's kind of what they do really well. Oh yeah, it's just natural. You cut the grass, you shield surf. Why not? Alright, master the orb. Oh god. Do I have to? Is this like pinball? So I'm getting that there's a bit of a something in common with all these levels, huh? Okay. Oh, come on. Come out! Magnesis, unfortunately, does have a range limit. 23 square miles. GTA 5 is that big? I guess it's because you have cars and stuff, right? I guess this one's all about moving things into a preset place rather than moving them constantly. I gotta get a Rube Goldberg Machine song. We can use that one song from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's like the most Danny Elfman song ever written. Wait. Let's be cheesy. This is my favorite little trick I ever saw about this game, and I've seen a lot of them. This Japanese streamer was like, did you know that 10 apples are heavy enough to hold down a Switch? L, did you know? I love this game. It's too good. Forgot to stasis that in time. Womp womp. Space map where you travel at the speed of light automatically win. Yeah, it would be like something like Elite Dangerous then, right? Okay, it's still coming. Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout 3 New Vegas are all roughly the same size. Huh. Did not know that. Oh, it's supposed to go down? Is that even a thing? I'm not super clear on how these ones work. So I could use that to launch it, maybe? Huh. Maybe it needs to get more speed. Oh, never mind. I see the Cryonis thing now. My bad. I can only fit 2 blocks here, so we gotta space them a little bit better. Or that might work, we'll see. Yeah. I think that this game balances the large world and the amount of detail pretty well. It's one of the better games I've seen for that. Checked it out from Google to work for the Pats. Huh. Interesting. Nice. That's a really cool shrine. I kind of wish I had done the other one the correct way instead of trying to get up there and do it all manually. And then, like, golfing it to the end. Goal! From the ball, build the bush. That is better, cub. That is better, cub. Old YTM&D memes. Go to the Divine Beast Va Meadow. First try. Oh yeah. So I need to make a third emote. It's just a placeholder. You get an idea, you get inspiration, you compel, let me know. I think the Dennis Bergkamp announcer video is my favorite of any of the crazy sports announcers. He sounds like he's gonna die. Yeah, right. Money bags. Alright, so now we know that these fights are really hard. You have limited resources. I think I have full camel power. I might want to save it for phase 2 this time. Let me change my armor. Oh, it gives me default armor when I get in there. It doesn't matter. Oh well, it's worth taking a look. No Man's Sky. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like procedural generation is such a powerful tool, but man, you can explore all that space pretty quickly and get bored of it really fast. Yeah, that's what I have, Cappy. It's actually I don't even know what the hell it's called. Vertigear? It's fairly high rated on Amazon. I think it was worth the purchase. I like it. It's comfy. I told Kat if he was going to be joining more on stream, I should get another nice chair, because the chair he's been sitting in is pretty shitty. He's like, nah, buddy, this is 2-player. It's got to have the Mad Catz chair, right? Like, it's basically what it is. Oh, top 3 to 5, huh? You have your friend over. You gotta give him the shitty Mad Catz controller. I get to be player 1. Or that chromatic aberration. Sailor Dan likes to go disc golfing, like frisbee golf. And he got Kat and Donovan into it. They enjoy it a lot too. But whenever we go out there and we make a mistake, I always try to like blame it on I'm not used to rumble on this controller. No. It's too much lag. R1 button is sticking. I do like the Wavebird. Yeah, disc golf is fun. Prefer it to regular golf. I ended up enjoying it a lot more than I expected. You scared the shit out of me for a sec. You could probably... I was like, oh god, is the square red? Please don't let the square be red. Please, please, please. This one probably gives me more arrows, right? I got 99 arrows now, nice. It's cool that each of these challenges has different gear requirements. Man, I'd love them to just keep making DLC for this game with more restrictions like that. That's what makes this game cool, are all the things you're forced to do when you're having to be clever, you know? Still don't have a proper shield, right? Oh, he's not real. Bummer. Do I have multiple bows or just I've got a couple? Duplex bow, Phrenic bow. Nope, that's not going to be the way to do it. It's just not the way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly really worried about the next Zelda. I feel like to some extent, how are they gonna live up to this game? I'm confident it's Nintendo, they'll be able to blow our minds again, but they've set the bar really high. Full-on turn-based JRPG. Right. Oh, somebody made a throwaway. There's like a Reddit post that had like Zelda characters in the style of Paper Mario. I would really love to play a Paper Zelda game in the style of the Thousand Year Door. That would be awesome. Said that about Ocarina of Time. I suppose that's true. I think Ocarina of Time remains more important than it is good, though. Like, it's mainly that they were able to take this 3D franchise and make it work in, or 2D franchise and make it work in 3D, and basically define how everyone else was going to do. Oh, he's still fast. That's interesting. Define how everyone else was going to do 3D adventure games for like 20 years after that. That was bad. Yeah, because now I can't do the lightning attack anymore. Whoops. Oops. Bummer. Where is he for reals? I think we're gonna do okay with arrows, though. Yeah, I know, right? Was it, which guy from Game Grumps made it popular to dislike Ocarina of Time? I don't think it's right to, like, you can be like, hey, it doesn't hold up very well, and I think it does. But it's silly to not recognize how important the game is, right? Aaron. I love it. It's definitely one of the best games ever made. And saying that, I still say that it's more important than it is good. It's not saying that it's not good. It's just its importance to the genre is more critical than like how well it holds up today. Dang it, Bobby. It's gotta be rough without full stamina. Okami's the best Zelda. Yeah, Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda game, but it's apples and oranges to Ocarina of Time. It's less important, too. I mean, Link to the Past is very important in terms of the Zelda series. It defined a lot about what modern Zelda games are, what all the main items are, that sort of thing. But it didn't really change the 2D adventure game genre, I don't think. Don't underestimate how important Z-targeting is. How many games just would not work without that central premise. Where'd he go? Where are you at, bud? Alright. Yeah, give me 99 arrows all day. I'll take that. Yeah, I agree with you, Ratchet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Majora's Mask too. Majora's Mask is a weird game, but it's really good. Oh, you never played Zelda before that? Wow, Yukipo. I know, I remember Ocarina of Time was a Christmas morning thing for me. I remember waking up and just playing it all day. I bought into this, no, you can find Mew under the truck. My dad works at Nintendo and told me. Rumor that you could play as Zelda, but you had to do this stupid thing where you crawled into a vent where you meet young Zelda the first time. I don't know, it was stupid. Don't be wearing that costume with the cutscene. Oh, that'd be cool, Spiky. I haven't really seen anyone try to emulate the 64 style on purpose, like the PS1 original Xbox era. I bet you could make it look good still. I believe it was possible to find the Triforce, yeah. Because of the little empty spaces on the item screen. Unfreezing Zoro's domain. He felt his fateful plate. Oh, Localization. Oh, you know, I think I know what the problem is. I keep complaining about my Patreon shoutout not working the way I expected to. It's completely my fault. I've been trying to teach Jaden about this, that generally if something's wrong, you should assume user error. And over here, it was Windows 10. Nope. I just put 10 blank frames in that folder. That would be the problem. Womp womp. Alright. It's a tough thing to learn, right? Like, how do you teach somebody that they should assume that they can fix problems? It's hard to learn how to do.
The whirlwind. Must push myself harder.
I think the 8-bit, 16-bit revolution will extend forever just because of the
It's rude to eavesdrop.
smaller effort and budget required to make games of very high quality in those styles. It might be true for 64 and PS1.
I went to the village and I was told I could find you here.
I'd love to go back to basics. I want everyone to do that. It blows my mind that so many AAA developers are like, we learn how to sculpt, we have to stop painting.
To defeat Calamity Gannon. To slay the beast once and for all. It will be my great pleasure.
That ain't Falco.
Thank you, Revali. If we work together, I'm certain we'll be able to defeat...
However,
Winter coat's pretty cool looking. New costumes. However... Yeah, I don't like the clutter in Bloodborne. I mean, it kind of adds to the difficulty in a way. Folly's a pretty cool guy. So, this brand of cutscene, I'm super fatigued by it. It's so common in movies these days, you know, to do like this character's a badass, you know. But I really like it in a movie like John Wick for some reason. It doesn't bother me as much. I don't know. Why do I like John Wick, but I don't like the Marvel slow-mo Black Widow takes out like 20 dudes scene? You can never recreate the annoyance of a camera. I haven't seen John Wick 2 yet. No, I wanted to show Cat and Donovan John Wick 1 first. It's one of those situations where I guess they have a friend who's not super trustworthy with recommendations who recommended John Wick 1. I actually had that happen to me when I was much younger. I had a friend who recommended Song of Ice and Fire, and it wasn't someone who I trusted. So I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, oh, this Game of Thrones show is pretty good. He's like, what the hell, dude? I told you about that years ago. I'm like, yeah, but I don't trust you at all.
Regardless, Revali's Gale should be more efficient than
I love that Loki scene in Avengers 1. That's such a Joss Whedon thing to do, subvert that expectation.
Possible for you to best Gannon.
I already did beat Gannon. Less time to recharge. Rockin'. Oh, I didn't watch it because I don't trust you. Hey, I'm an open person. He admitted that he had a bad track record with recommendations. Some people just know. Alright, let's see. Let's go to the next one, which is prob's gonna be... I think I want the parry more, to be honest. Oh, sure, Propagable. I think most people in chat haven't steered me wrong. That's why I'm sure Persona 5 is going to be on the schedule any day now. Yeah, Spiky, I was saying that earlier. I think that that's true for a lot of games. Like, Dark Souls in particular, I think benefits from playing the DLC as part of a normal playthrough before you go to the final zone. It's still cool in this one to come back and do it again, but... On the one hand, I don't want to wait for the game to be out that long, you know? Not on fire. Oh, there's a little plus symbol next to Revali now. What is the cooldown? What are we talking about here? I have to finish using it to see. Okay. I'll use it one more time here in a second then. Oops. Oh, hi, Mark. Did not hit her. It's bullshit. I didn't see the Disaster Artist. Did anyone see it? Is it good? I've only watched like a compilation of scenes from The Room because I've tried to start it before, and it's like actually a bad movie. There are parts of it that aren't just like quaint bad like Ed Wood. They're like, I really don't want to watch this. But I've seen all the important parts. Just so deep you wouldn't understand. I love how Tommy Wiseau has tried to pivot and say he made it that way on purpose. Oh, nice. Want some Golden Globes. I hear you, baby. Way at, way at, way at, way at. There you go. There you go. Is he behind the lava waterfall? No way. Oh, he must be up the roof here. That would be super cool if that's where he was, though. Never read books. I've had people that very reasonably argue, like, hey, I don't want to read Ready Player One because I'm sure the book's going to be better than the movie. I'd rather not go in and be disappointed. And I was like, oh, that's fair. I could see the rationality in that. It's kind of becoming like Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? So is he all dressed up? Birdman, Cass? What do we got? Yeah, that makes sense, Chaos. Yeah, I was trying to think when I'm reading that story, like, how is this ever going to be possible? I mean, I could see the story being possible because they kind of sell the MMO they're playing as sort of replacing the internet. So, like, you know, there's a StarWars.com, there's a Marvel.com. So theoretically, you could see all of those different license holders trying to include their licensed material in, you know, the futures version of the internet. But if you try to think of it as just like VR chat or something, like, yeah, there's going to be copyright problems there. I don't know how you make a movie out of it. Oh, there's your lampshade hang. Thanks, Cass. I would have liked to see you in crazy armor. It could be my giant armor suit I have on, too. Go from bard to baked bird. Good alliteration. No, I've tried to avoid the trailers. Are they cool? Right on. What studio is it? It's not Disney, right? Some stuff like recreating the funeral scene from Heathers shot for shot, or like any of those 80s movies. I guess we'll see. One, stop a titan of molten stone. Follow rings of light alone. Okay, so there's always a ringy puzzle. Survive lava's fiery fate. Movies are gonna be Disney and not Disney. I know, right? Scary. I don't know what Spielberg's studio is. He's not with Fox, is he? Novo and Bluto. DreamWorks. Oh, interesting. Oh, Bad Robot. That's right. I thought Bad Robot was J.J. Abrams, but maybe they're just connected. Thank you, Plaster. How you been? What kind of game is Zero Escape? I've never heard of it before. It's near a hot springs. Okay. It's near the great skeleton of Eldon. To go there to farm Dinral. Helping Andrea with that. And maybe it's just the lighting here, but these ones look really pretty. They have more color to them. I have been in an escape room. We won. I like them. I'd like to do it again. Ah, that's fair chaos. Gotcha. Yeah, people keep having that problem of chat not loading. Part escape game, part visual novel. That's cool. Right arm. Okay, so maybe you're meant to come to this one first. This makes it pretty easy. It's one. That one's by the Elden Great Skeleton, which is up here. Probably on this little island here. Zelda escape room, that's awesome. I think there was a Final Fantasy XIV one as well. It wasn't touring or anything, but... Gut Check Rock is not hot springs. These might be hot springs. Doesn't look right though. This looks right. The Garrow Pond. Yeah. So it's like right up here. I guess the rivers of lava are a lot easier to parse than the other zones. Alright. Ace Attorney or Steins Gate. Right on. That sounds cool. Only half the anime characters are high school students. Visual novel plus means like it's not just a visual novel, there's some gameplay in the style of I guess Ace Attorney is like that, right? Let's go. Warner Brothers, okay. Warner Brothers is the one that's not Disney. Thanks for checking. 2-minute cooldown. Holy crap. Alright, yeah. I am on board. That's cool. I tend to lead in a vacuum. Like, I try not to seek those roles. But if you put me in an escape room situation with a bunch of randos, I'll probably do the project management thing and dole stuff out. I really like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is also a project manager game. Yeah, I think there's... What you want to do is you don't necessarily want to say that one game is better than another, but you can say, like, you know, this game has better graphics than this game, or the sound design is more complex. It's just useful to be more specific, I think, in almost all cases in life. My clues here. Stop a titan of molten stone, follow rings of lava alone, survive lava's fiery fate. Well, not like that. You still need to use up all the charges for it to start recharging, but 2 minutes is such a short timer that... Wow, this is gnarly. What's this all about? Pretty sure this is where we're supposed to go. It looks like it stands out in a really cool way. It's like they're giving me metal, right? Maybe like forge rusty weapons or something?
Revali's gale is now ready.
Interesting. This might be the survive the fire puzzle. I'm just really curious why they're giving me all these metal weapons here. And this is definitely where I'm supposed to be, right? No, that's not the right one. It's this one. Yep, that should be right. So I want to dump all of these in case one of them is important, you know? Yeah. Even saying like this game has better graphics, you can say this game has more polygons. This game is more colorful. Stop a titan of molten stone. Survive lava's fiery fate. Nine's a really cool visual novel, apparently. Is that right? I remember D-Rock talking about it. There's a reason they're giving me all of this metal. So is there some interaction between metal and lava that I may have known before coming here? I'm wondering if it shows me a safe path or something. Do I have the right idea to be using these rusty weapons to try to solve something here? No. It would be cool if it made it not rusty, right? I think you can feed rusty weapons to the Octoroks, right? And they spit out better versions. This is definitely the right spot for this. I just don't know. Let's try just walking into the lava. The weapons aren't relevant. Interesting. Maybe just to call your attention to this area. Take a certain amount of fire damage in here, maybe. I will accept a tip. If you guys want to discuss it and hide, if you can come up with a way to share a clue that doesn't directly give away what I'm supposed to do, or at least tells me which of the 3 clues I should be using, that would be fine as well. I'm supposed to launch an arrow at anything. Thanks, prop cable. Stop a titan of molten stone. Super Nintendo games look awesome. I do think PS1 games and N64 games just don't look good. Explore the area more. Okay. Maybe there's more rings of light somewhere. Thanks. I'll try to get to a high point. Do I have any fire elixirs? Probably not. We ain't found shit. Vagrant Story looks good for a PS1 game, right? Like, they did a lot given the limitations of the PS1. Yeah, it depends on the developer. So, like, the team that made Spyro really were like, you know what, let's respect the PS1 and try to make a game that looks good on the PS1. Whereas Vagrant Story feels like it is struggling to just eke every last drop out of the PS1. It looks quite good as a result, but it would have looked amazing if they had waited for the PS2. Shrine down there. 2 shrines over there. Don't see a molten giant. Definitely straying pretty far from the map location. This might be right, actually. Maybe a little bit more to the left. It looks like it's more like it here. Guessing those torches just threw me off. Oh, okay, we're gonna fight this rock guy. Gotcha. Hey, bud. Whoa, they made a super big one? That's cool. Has this guy always been here, or did they add him in this DLC? Oh. Alright, that happened. Dang it, Bobby. The wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Have any blunt weapons? I do. Whoa. Oh yeah, this must be new. Divine Beast Tamer's Trial. Oops. Goodbye all the loot you're about to drop. I would like to see, I was kind of bummed that the DLC doesn't have a bunch of classic Zelda enemies like Pull's voice and that kind of thing. Not a big deal, but would have been cool potentially. Yeah, I think that gauging game's ability to achieve its intent is something that's worth trying to measure. There's a difference between a game that is intentionally irritating and a game that's irritating because the developers did a bad job with it, didn't finish it, that sort of thing. I'm going to go grab soda real quick. I'll be right back. Burbles. Marty, I was about to show you guys a cat cam, but I'm getting up, so Marty assumes he's getting fed, as does Ben. Author is dead. I feel like death of the author is way more important when talking about traditionally critically acclaimed experience being appreciated a different way. But like when games are, there's a section of a game that's meant to be irritating, it's kind of hard to judge it on the same scale, you know? Like saying Dark Souls is unfair or something. It's like, well, sure. Say it's not for you. But... Why aren't I feeding them? What the hell is my problem? Moving targets. Okay. Oh, clever. Okay. My intro to the puzzle. Gotcha. Cool. That's pretty neat. The author of death of the author isn't dead. Right. Oh, okay. This is getting fancy. Yeah, real fancy. Okay, so that's where it has to land at. Good to know. Huh. Oh, there's another gate back there. Okay. I was gonna say. I launch a bomb up by that treasure chest, knock it down. I guess they're going with bombs instead of lava. It's not actually a bomb that I'm shooting. Nice. That's pretty awesome. That's just a chest that I knocked down too, right? It's a metal chest that I can pull out of there now, potentially. That appears to be the code. Neat. Cuphead devs need to put it in easy mode. People just need to get good. Yeah, I guess something like Cuphead, I could see someone being like a really big art aficionado, but not having the patience for a really hard game, being frustrated. But it's kind of neat in video games when you can have a game that just... Maybe you happen to really like art and you like really hard games, so doubly satisfies you. It's kind of what Dark Souls is for me. Oh god, really? Oh, that's cruel. Come on, Gyro. This thing never does what I expect it to do. It would be nice if the slidey thing kind of matched up with my Joy-Con connector, but it doesn't really. Okay, let's try that. Okay with games having a baby mode. The thing I like about not having a difficulty setting in something like Dark Souls is that like you can be fairly certain that everybody's getting... If someone tells you that they beat Ornstein and Smo, you kind of have a baseline for what their experience was like. I guess they could have leveled up or used different builds and stuff, but... Fancy. Yeah. Maybe 1 or 2 difficulty settings, or being clever with the way you orient difficulty settings. So I like that about Fire Emblem, even though I have a lot of problems with Fire Emblem. Excuse me, having difficulty as a separate setting from permadeath, I think, is wise. 2 extra words. Yeah. So I don't know how to put what I mean. Oh, jeez. Alright. There's something special about Dark Souls that everyone has, like... Anyone who's played that game has played the same game. No, it sounds stupid. I don't know how to put it into words, sorry. That's what we want. Can't get to the buttons now to cancel. Which button is X when the Joy-Con's upside down? I suppose that's true too. That sort of approach means that fewer people play the game, so there's less shared experience, which is a bummer. They could have beaten it. See, that's what I like about Dark Souls, is there's no such thing as doesn't work for your build, right? You can beat the game at level 1. Alright, there we go. Well, I think Dark Souls' sense of constant progression is that you're always moving forward to the next bonfire, you're learning an enemy pattern, you're beating a boss. But when you mean constant, you mean like literally constant, that you would never... It is possible to turn on Dark Souls and never bring your souls back to buy things or level up, and have literally spent 3 hours without having moved forward at all, right? Sure. Games have definitely gotten easier. In many cases, I think that's a good thing. Like, there's a lot of difficulty is stupid. Like, excessively punitive death penalties are dumb. Like, who cares? You know, you died. Let's play again. Don't need to make you de-level like Final Fantasy XI. Audio reverb? Uh-oh. Is it just in the microphone, or is it the in-game audio as well? How about now? You guys still hearing it? Unfortunately, I can't hear myself. CPU usage hasn't changed. Yeah, so what does it sound like? Does it sound like the quality is suddenly very bad? It's good now. Yeah, would you say it was like crackly and shitty sounding, or that it was like really loud, or like there was an effect on it? Something was echoing. Static passing by your ears. Yeah. It's usually a USB problem. If it happens again, please let me know. Or it was CPU usage, like you said, like we had with, was it Hollow Knight? Yeah, it may have been CPU. Come on. Yeah, just let me know if you hear it come back. I'm gonna try to take a look at my resource usage. Check 1, 2. Be Osseo, right? Because I have it turned off. Don't fall in the lava. It depends, Propagable. I might delete that. Basically, like, if I played a game for an hour a year and a half ago, I'm probably just going to restart it. But if I played it for at least a couple hours, I'll probably pick up where I left off, so... Judgment call I'll make from a game-to-game basis. I think it'll go up. Yeah, it depends. It's true. And there are a lot of cases where even if I played it for an hour like 3 months ago, I might still want to start over. Yeah, it's certainly less elegant to specify. That was the old rule, so I might just get rid of it. Try to make everything that's exception-based, and this is why we need to have a judicial branch. We can't codify everything with law, right? Sometimes you gotta just make a judgment call. Go. Very nice. Hello. Nope, not like that. Probably could have lasered him with my sword there. Bad timing. Nice. I'm good. Move to the next section. What's this called? Blind spots. Clever. But that doesn't mean I have to run it twice. Memorize the layout, you know? Falling chest is a good way to make you try something here, right? God damn it. What? Okay. I was about to say. Alright. That's fine. Whoops.
You win again, Gravity!
I did not. First ever death by chest. I really didn't. Maybe a little ice nook. Little ice basket, maybe. Oh wow. I don't have to worry about it now. Thought my inventory was full. Lucky me. Super lucky. Totally deserved it. Andrea, Kat, Donovan, and myself all played a cool board game yesterday called Mysterium. It's kind of like Clue. It's like, what if Clue was a good game? Oh, Clue is fun. Basically, it's like, it's asymmetrical co-op. Hey Goomba, how you been? One player is a ghost, and the other 5 are psychics. And the ghost almost is like a GM, sort of. They have like a screen that hides their shit. But they get these characters that they're trying to inform the psychics about, locations that the characters have been in, and like a murder weapon that they're associated with. Kind of like Clue, right? Colonel Mustard in the conservatory with the wrench. Except the only way that the ghost can communicate with the players is through these like really weird, mystical looking vision cards. So, you know, if you have a picture of a mason, your cards might be really weird. Like you might have a stone door and like a statue and stuff like that. And you have to hope that the players get your line of thinking when you send them the visions. Like, oh, I see. They're clearly referring to the chef or the explorer by this image. It's neat. I like the whole did you follow my line of thinking mode of gameplay. It has a lot more space to be enjoyed with a group of different groups of people, I think, than something like Clue, which typically just has a correct strategy. Yeah, it's kind of like charades. That's an interesting way to put it. There's preset vision cards that have a lot of like detail, and maybe it'll just be color or shapes that you're picking up on. I know, right, Goomba? Did you already beat the DLC? It's pretty robust. I'm impressed with how much is in here. It's quite good so far. Fly south to that, I'd prefer to. And the gamey part of it is that all the different psychics are like able to bet on whether they think that someone's assertions are correct or incorrect. And you get points depending on how good you are. It helps you to win at the end of the game. Just Death Mountain, I know, right? That goes back to the Zelda 1 days. It's old school. This is right? Okay. Oh, it's super good. I can really highly recommend the DLC. It's very robust. Oh, nice. How's Mario Odyssey been treating you? Happy belated birthday. Yeah, we just have Death Valley out here. Place is pretty reasonably named. Just because it kills people. Who wants a valley? Sorry, anyone who lives in a valley. It's a person who lives on a mountain. Went from being called a flatlander where I used to live. How is this supposed to work? Trial by fire they're talking about? It'll be fine! Come to the beach, have some laughs. Nope. That is not what you're supposed to do. I wonder how you're supposed to do. Huh. Gotta like skim over it? Honestly trying to think how I would do that. Korok? Yahaha! Yeah, I think Mario is a very different Mario game in a lot of ways. Next operating theory is use this block. Breakable diamond filament. Not as rad as I thought it was. You didn't touch ground right before. Oh, geez. I didn't even think about that. Wait, can I not access that metal block anywhere? For reals. That does not actually make little platforms. I was actually just thinking to myself, oh, I'm dumb. I bet that's what I have to do. That's a bummer. Tell me I'm just hosed with that metal block now. Oh, hey, guys. Or Daruk. Pump it up, brother. Neither do we. Feel the burn, brother. I can almost taste the gains. Alright, so I could do it if I had that metal block back, but it doesn't appear that I'm allowed to get it out of the lava now. Taste the gains. You know what? All Gorons are basically... Okay, but I can still get to it. Basically pro wrestlers. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance. I can't get out of here because Revali scales on cooldown. Because I'm gonna warp it out. Neato. That's cute. It's definitely not at the end of Wind Waker. The Wind Waker timeline. I would hazard that it's, probably so far in the future of, both the Fall of the Hero timeline and the Twilight Princess timeline that it's at the end of both of them. There's areas from both games in this world that lead people to believe that it could be both. But that's my theory, is that, like, this game takes place so far in the future that both Fall of the Hero and Majora's Mask Twilight Princess terminate in this happening. They've published some documents about it before. I remember before Nintendo first did the Hyrule Historia and officially commented on the timeline, everybody thought there were only two. People were really surprised at this idea of a Fall of Link timeline, but when you go back and you play the games in timeline order, it makes sense. When I streamed the Zelda franchise, I did it in timeline order, which was pretty cool. And there's a couple of games where you can kind of see where they're coming from on it. The real answer is, don't worry about it, it's Zelda. Don't worry about it because they don't worry about it, right? It's fun to think about. A haircut. I don't think they merge two realities. I think it's the same conclusion. If you let the Zelda universe go on for long enough, Breath of the Wild happens eventually, right? That's clever. That's pretty neat. A shrine that's janky like this that you have to Like an ice cube through it. I can't remember what you're supposed to do for that. Not that. I can probably balance the other one on top of it and then remove the one on the bottom. It had a couple janky things. This one makes sense, though, if you just assume that this is meant to be the final game. Calamity Ganon's gonna be a thing, etc. Hey, thank you, Wall, for blocking me from carrying the metal block further. Letting me know that there's not some shenanigans ahead that I'm supposed to do. Appreciate when games limit my tools. You sure can, PK Ratchet. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Zelda is one of the few products, I think, where the Zelda Explained is like actually interesting to talk about. There's so many games that I think that the Zelda timeline inspired a lot of gamers to be interested in thinking about games outside the box like that, thinking about a series beyond just what's literally on the page on the screen. And that's why you get, like, you know, Call of Duty Explained. There's really not that much to it, guys. Goombas Explained. Yeah, right. Hey, thanks for the host, Elias. Appreciate it. Oh, goodness. What am I going to do with this? It's interesting. Can I get to the X button now? Okay. I grab my other hand and reach underneath it. And how's Keep Talking treating you? I really hope that they add procedurally generated manuals to that game. That would be awesome. It bums me out that it eventually just kind of figure out all the shortcuts for all the games. And that's one of those games where the fun part is figuring that stuff out. Like in Magic, realizing the optimal play style, or Hearthstone, or Dominion's a big one that's all about putting that off for as long as possible. Back to Rudania. Universe lore. Mass Effect accomplished that for me, especially the first two games. Pretty into it. I think that that's like, if I can't get Ready Player One's fictional setting, which is almost just too ridiculous to be possible, I would take the Mass Effect universe and go live there. Maybe. I'm kind of bummed about what happened with Andromeda. They were talking about fixing it, and then they didn't, and then EA disbanded the group that was making it. It was already kind of putting a weird taste in my mouth when I was playing it. And I don't know if it even counts as an awesome game, but should probably revisit it. Yeah, that's what Mass Effect nails. The history, myths, tall tales. Especially the first game, before they, like, start to have you solve all of these problems from history. Yeah, I was a little hyped for it. Just a teensy bit. Right. Yeah. It's EA, man. They buy up developers and consume their IP for as much money as they can squeeze out of it, and then they toss them into the trash compactor. It really bums me out. Pokemon universe. Pokemon universe would be pretty awesome. Could see that. Pick like which Pokemon game, like how OP are we talking with the Pokemon here? So Illusory Realm was created from the depths of your memories. Okay. My weapons this time. Boulder Breaker. 5 ice arrows. God. That's enough. Come on. Oh my god, that's the highest you can aim, Link. Got a bad feeling about this one. Should have gotten the camel power and let it power up. Shh. Come on. Yeah, it's a harder version of the boss. Right, it's EA's fault. It's the same thing with Destiny 2 right now. Like, I don't play Destiny, but I've kind of been watching what's going on with that game, and it really looks like all the problems with it are Activision, like, executive level decisions. I feel really bad for the developers who probably really enjoyed making the game. And then it was just bad. This guy's actually not the best example of a harder version, although I think that you're kind of supposed to do the Gecko first. It was the easiest to find all the shrines. The shrines are all pretty easy to execute on. Yeah, and then the boss was by far the easiest. The Ruta one was actually super rough. The Lionels feel like Dark Souls bosses for sure. Just waiting for the right dodge. Is there some, like, other than ancient arrows, a trick to fighting Lionels that people have discovered yet? Like, anything other than just abusing perfect dodges? Hey, Marty. Great view, Marty. Hey, buddy. Pretty kitty. Get up on the Lionel's back. Stasis and hit a few times. Interesting. Yeah, I love Link to the Past's boss. I think that Twilight Princess probably has my favorite bosses in the 3D Zelda realm. They almost all have a second phase. They usually have some kind of puzzle element. They don't all necessarily use the treasure from the same dungeon. They often do. This is the tale of Great Daruk's task. Princess who came to ask. Going to Dark Souls mold for fighting Lionels. I know, right? Basically what you gotta do.
Count me in, tiny princess. I'm the fearless Daruk, after all. And if Hyrule needs my help, I'll gladly lay down my life.
Thank you, Daruk.
Not sure if it's Calamity
I can hear that, Spiky.
But I hear monsters have been attacking.
They're more like execute than a puzzle.
Times like these, you shouldn't leave the castle without a horde
Yeah, I love
of
Okami.
to watch your back.
You sound like father. He's assigning a knight to watch over me wherever I go.
Okami's long as hell.
The
I
most accomplished
can tell you how long it took
swordsman
me
in
to
all of
play it on
Hyrule.
stream. It is way longer than I thought it was going to be. Longer than any Zelda game, I think.
They really are all over the place these days.
Yeah, that makes sense. The boss should
Someone
be,
being attacked?
are you competent in combat?
Cowards. Wait here, princess.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who haven't played Okami. That was a PS2, it was fairly niche at the time, like... I beat it in 28 hours. That was a fairly, playing to beat it, not to immerse myself in it.
No monster stands a chance when fighting me, the almighty Daruk.
So clean, Marty.
Oh. You're safe.
Stay safe, pupper. Daruk is on fire.
Seems our friend here was the one being attacked.
Hey, they fixed Breath of the Wild. Zelda gets to pet the dogs. The game's not literally unplayable garbage anymore. Marty.
Well,
Good riddance, and stay
Oh, I
safe.
missed it, Chaos. How do you say it?
I'm sorry you had to
Is it
see
Kuko?
that.
I always said Kuko when I was growing up.
Dogs always chased me. I still
But then again, they said
I never imagined
Tidus
great
in
Daruk would
Kingdom
have
Hearts
a
1, so...
So tell me, princess.
Yes.
Calamity
very
Ganon
anime
isn't, some kind of a dog.
animation for Zelda
is
there.
he?
Zelda gets to be an anime character, the cutscene. Is it Kuko's? Okay. Titus, water.
Oh.
I think Tidus is what they say in
I knew you could do it, little guy.
Japan.
Now you can use Daruk's protection more than ever.
But I also don't like Ramu. If it's gonna be Ramu, don't put an H at the end of
If
it.
you see that Gannon jerk, give him a message for me.
I used to say Shiva growing up because I thought it was a joke about her being cold. I know she's based on Shiva. Cloud squall. Water-based, weather-based. That line in FF9 about no cloud, no squall will hinder us. I didn't mean to walk back here, but does something happen if you do? Be careful, Link. Oh, really? Wait, so what happens if I do that now? Can I just go back in whenever I want and get the chests again? Or is it just to fight that boss again? Like, what's the purpose of that? Thought maybe people had forgotten about that. Yeah, right. Dark and broody heroes all the time. Let's just chill, guys. Let's chill out. Kuko. It's not cuckoo. I said Kako. Well, that wouldn't make sense from the Japanese either. You don't really have an sound like that. Not spelled with the U anyway. Sedane's pretty great. I think my favorite Final Fantasy protagonist is the ensemble cast of Final Fantasy VI. It's getting to cheat and not pick one. It's definitely Bart's. It's pronounced Sidane. Yeah, FF9 felt like a love letter to the old school Yoshitaka Amano drawn Final Fantasy games. Interesting. This must be a Korok puzzle. Eat me, dude. I like how I'm plenty warm in my hot pants and cut off tank top because I put on a little tiara. Oh, I thought Sakaguchi was still pretty involved with 10. 12 he was already gone. 12 was the Evil East team. 13 is Tetsuya Nomura. The art director for 7, 8, and 10 was given the keys to the car. Sure. I know Uematsu didn't do the whole soundtrack of 10, and you could tell which ones are Uematsu's songs. Good ones. You can tell by all the zippers. I still need to play 13. That'll be blind on stream. He gave a really cool talk, Sakaguchi, at PAX 4 or 5 years ago. He was talking about how they basically made Final Fantasy VII by accident. None of them knew what the hell they were doing. Like, they all went from 2D to 3D and were just making shit up as they went along. They had no plan. That's why it has so many crazy mini-games all over the place. Moogle dating and snowboarding and CPR and submarines and shit.
Hmm? Oh?
Oh? Yeah, you gotta do a little CPR minigame after the dolphin boss fight. Little girl gets knocked out. Cloud's gonna go. And you'll fail to do the dolphin jump. Hey, thanks, Sodan. Welcome back. Appreciate it, dude.
You're super awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Thanks, dude. How's it been being back at work? We watched Sailor Dan's kitty Simba for a couple weeks there when he and his wife were out of town. Put some pictures in the Marstead IRL channel, which is basically the Marstead Cats channel. A very cute kitty, snuggled a lot with Andrea. Not too hectic. Hey, thanks, Mega Man. Awesome, dude. Mega Man's been watching for a really long time, like around 5th or 6th game I played.
You're super awesome.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you. Nope. Alright. So one of them is just in the open desert, but it's near the maze, maybe? Is that what that is? No, it's like a... Oh, it's near Gerudo Town. It's not so bad. Yeah, but what's that thing it's referring to? Is it that? Yeah, it's like this is a triangle and it's the end of the triangle over here. Okay, we'll go check here. That's one. 2 is by the labyrinth. Is it this far out, probably? Yeah, I think so. It's 2, and then 3 is more up by here, I think. It's a little bit harder to tell. Is there water up here somewhere? It's hard to tell if that's the same shape or not. It might be, but in 3 dimensions. Those of you who haven't done this before, what do y'all think? Do you think this looks right? I mean, it definitely connects to the green over here. I don't think it's up in the Gerudo Highlands. I think it's in this little path here somewhere. Where exactly? It's different enough that I can't really be sure. I'm trying to see anywhere else where I can make out a bit of a river right above it. Oh, maybe it's here, actually. Nope, never mind. It's definitely over this way. So it's like here. Which is near the Yiga clan hideout? It is. Okay, right on. Alrighty, that wasn't so bad. Let's go try to do this one by the labyrinth first. Holy cats. Cats are friends that hold a grudge. I know, right? Cats stop caring about you very quickly. It's pretty impressive. Sailor Dan, Andrea has been wearing the Empire Did Nothing Wrong pajamas you got for her all week. They fit her well, thank you. It's not super plot relevant. He shows up, he gives you some shrine clues in the game. He's like trying to collect parts of a song. Fat Jesus Deeps. What the hell game was that? December 2016. Oh man. Oh, it may have been Persona 3. I was maybe hoping that he was going to kill a character, and then didn't. Yeah. Right. Come on. Come on. Oh, what were my clues? Fight the brute of the sand. Okay, then this is right. Hey, bud. Molduking. Oh, that's cool. I'm ready for you. Come on, I'm ready for you, dude. Come here. No fear. It's tremors. God, I wish. Story would work a lot better if he did. Whoops. Come here, Trim Trim. Stuck on the gate there, buddy? Huh. I wonder what it was then. Ouch. Not sure. I appreciate people on the lookout protecting me from Persona spoilers. Take that very close to heart. I'm not sure there's sufficient words in English to describe my disappointment if Persona were spoiled for me in any way. Oh wow, this guy's got hit points. Good lord. You hit him in the eye? Oh, that's his tail. Oh, that's wrong. Ouch. I did, yeah. I was mostly being sarcastic. I don't actually care much. To his face, stop standing there, dude. Duga's weak against something? Maybe it's on purpose that this guy is just ridiculous. Whoa, that was gnarly. Try using the camel power, then I'll have it for when I fight the camel boss. Watch it be immune to it, right? Good amount of damage. Take it. Come on. Not in time.
It is my pleasure.
Mipha's grace is ready to roll. That'd be pretty cool if you could have it swallow you and fight from the inside. I think it does take more damage in that face. It used up the Revali's Gale anyway. Bummer. Were you always able to create bombs in midair and have them fall out of your body? Is that been a thing? Oh, I'm taking damage from being hot. Shit, I didn't even realize it. Still hot. Huh. I have like a fire weapon equipped or something, do I? We've got some ice stuff, maybe? Didn't place the bomb on the right time. Dang it, Bobby. Because it resists shenanigans. Oh wow, that does like no damage at all, huh? Oh, he's out. I didn't realize it. Yeah, I could hear the spirit tracks. Man, this guy hits hard. Probably just go for having more armor and taking the heat damage, you know? Let's do the extra damage, actually. Come here, bud. attack boost food doesn't stack with the armor, does it? Forget. That is a spoiler, PK Ratchet. I won't tell you. So you said you were trying to avoid him. Oh, he takes a lot of lightning damage. Alright, that was my answer the whole time. Who knew that tremors were weak against lightning? He takes a stupid amount of lightning damage. Wow. Could have done that fast. Oh yeah, round bombs work better? I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they went for moving stuff. I thought they just went for stuff they detected on the ground, but that makes sense. To the dune stutter step thing, right? Oh, really? The person on the rock tells you he's weak to lightning? Are they all weak to lightning, or just that specific Molduga?
Revali's gale is now ready.
I don't. I haven't had a chance to check with people, Sailor Dan. I'll find out when I'm done streaming here in about 30 minutes. Real guards bow, that's cool. Or if you want to try texting or G-chatting Andrea, she might help. Yeah, my estimate though was just for the base game. Oh, you didn't come around until the lightning stopped. That's clever. I see. Yeah, right. I don't actually know what the estimate is for the DLC we're playing right now. Okay. Who all's gonna be there? Oh, that's where the fire is, where they tell you about them being weak against lightning. Gotcha. Yeah, I ended up wasting a lot of resources on that guy. You like green chili propagable? Wouldn't survive in New Mexico. Gotcha, right on. Here we go. I wonder if they even have green chili. Christmas chili. They literally have it at every restaurant. Like, you can get green chili at McDonald's, Sonic, the Greek restaurant, the sushi place. It's kind of over the top. Get Vape Nash back on, because I like being able to climb in an area where I can't climb. Right. Hey! Interesting. I do like the electricity puzzles, they're cool. So first of all, does this thing move along this track? Huh. Oh, I guess just connecting to that at all lights up this whole thing. Okay, I understand. Come on, Link. There you go, buddy. Oh, not close enough. Bummer. Could just connect it like this. Figure out what it does. Oh, I think when it's stasis, it can't work like that, can it? Maybe not. I'm trying to get to this to open the door. So there's another thing I can mess with over here. Oh, clever. Haha, that's fun. Almost. Nope. Nope. Don't touch the one on the left. Gyro controls are generally really good in this game, but this is pretty rough. And I can't cheese it with electric weapons. Okay, that's one. Probably close enough, hopefully. No reason for it to be motion controlled, yeah. They needed to have more gyro puzzles. I think that might be forgiving enough. I guess we'll see. I don't actually have electricity over here yet to be able to test it, right? Yeah, I need to get it from over on this side. So, let's finish this puzzle in the meantime. Any shitty metal weapons, or at least temporarily shitty metal weapons? No, all my metal weapons are thebomb.com. Whoops! I got electrocuted multiple times. Guess the boomerang's not the best possible thing for that. Huh. Alright, let's try this. Nice. Okay. Then, where do we want the metal block? Okay, so I can use Cryonis to get up there, maybe. Oh, really? That's frustrating. The Wii U version? Oh, I was hoping I could kind of balance it slightly on the Cryonis block. Hold on. That might still be possible. Come here. Must have been Majora's Mask, right? Oh, I see. I didn't realize it could lift up that platform there. Right on. Now what to do with this giant ball? How to connect those two things? I was trying to think what other resources I have at this point, right? Connect this all the way over? Probably have more metal. Let's see. That's why that's not. Like, why isn't this working? Oh, it's Kronos. Alright, do I have another metal thing I can set here? Oh, there's more. Wow. Marstead gets the paying attention awards. So I feel like I need to use all my metal weapons to even make this puzzle possible. Nope, just missing out on multiple puzzle elements, that's all. No big D. Why isn't this working? Right. Come on. What the fuck? What game was that? June 2017? Yeah. It must have been a... Oh, really, game? Come on. Give me that one. Just be nice and give it to me. It has to have been a Marstead joke, but... Yeah, I did a Marstead thing for April Fool's Day that went really well. And that it was the most bro thing ever. I got so wasted drunk as somebody who doesn't drink that I passed out. Sailor Dan had to come rescue me. Hey, that's already open because I did the puzzle in there already. Fantastic. Elite Dangerous might be it, yeah. So it went well in the sense that that should be the dream. Disappeared, had a live stream fail moment, and scared everyone into thinking I was dead from alcohol poisoning. Pretty much played Alien Isolation as a thank you to Sailor Dan for saving my butt. It's on YouTube. I think I cut off the YouTube VOD after I get up and walk away. Let's look for April Fools, or it might be in, might be able to find it in Discord more easily. I think it might be unlisted on YouTube. It was 20 minutes. No, I had planned to drink for donations. So I had Natty Light, which is fine. I probably could have drank that the whole time, and it would just been water. I had to pee a lot. But Jaeger's shots for $20, and a couple people, I won't name names, donated in the 2s and 3s of digits of dollars, and I ended up, I think, having like 8 shots of Jaeger in the space of a couple minutes. Yeah. It was the only time I've ever... I mean, I've never been drunk before. I've only ever been buzzed. So not only was I drunk, but I was blackout. Like, I don't remember what happened. I remember playing the game, and then I woke up maybe 40 minutes later, wrapped around the toilet, hearing what I thought was knocking on the door, which was Sailor Dan, but I couldn't... I felt like it was my imagination. It's cool. We'll do Marstead Mark II this year for Halloween. And it'll all be water beer this time. I did, yeah. It was the whole time I was wrapped around the toilet. I knew there was knocking, but I couldn't bring myself. Like, I was stuck there. I could not move. I wanted to get up and call Andrea to tell her I was okay, but I could not move from the toilet. It was the worst. April Fools, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty scary. First part was funny. I have a lot of content for that stream that I didn't end up using, so less work this year. I have to write like a sand. Okay, so am I? Hey, there are sand seals there. So, can someone estimate roughly about how much time you think will be left in this DLC if I wrap up here in about 13 minutes? You think it's going to be another 30 minutes? Just a couple hours? Just so I know when to schedule it. I might be able to fill in some time between sub-block games. Oh, this is cool. I don't think I ever came to this statue before. Hour and a half? Okay, that's more robust than I was expecting. I was worried it was just going to be these two shrines and then a boss and then that's it. Thank you. Holy bloom.
Oh. Saba Saba. Oh. Oh.
You guys hear me again? Alright, I think we're back. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I've got Osseo driver compatibility problems with Windows 10. I swear, it really is Windows 10. Welcome to the Marstead Nation! Welcome! Yeah, let's not do that. Easy click, though. I should put a command for that on my Stream Deck. Yeah. Exactly. At least we made it to the end. Was that really loud? Okay, sorry. I think I still have that uniform box up too. Yeah, Marstead explained, right?
Urbosa's fury is ready.
Clamshell necklace. I got these like wild Cyclops from X-Men sunglasses. It's like just a single visor. Instead of two lenses. Just produce flashbacks. Explained and exposed. Yeah, back in the fall of 2016. First, some history about Marstead. That won't be relevant later on. Putting that voice filter for 5 seconds. I wonder if I could make that happen. That would be funny. Just surprise enable it. I wonder if I can interface Twitch chat with Reaper. Oh yeah, Leon reminded me in Whisper that somebody had told a Twitch staffer about the Marstead thing, and then while I was just getting over being blackout drunk and hugging the toilet, someone was in Discord saying, oh, there was a Twitch staffer in your chat and that might be a TOS violation, you might get banned. And I was like, I wasn't sane, right? I wasn't able to, it's like telling a paranoid high person that the cops are outside. It scared the shit out of me. Even if that's true, don't fucking tell me when I'm... God. It definitely was an accident. Learned my lesson for next year. God. #1 streamer of 2022. You won't believe. Hollywood now. TMZ exclusive report. Interesting. Okay, they have different tracks, I see. To manipulate which track is active. So the other ones we want to electrocute stuff, this one looks like we don't. Yeah, I was tempted to do a Marstead thing when we came back live from the hiatus. There's that. There we go. Feeling good. This will probably be the last shrine for today. Okay, so by touching... Interesting. This is a pretty cool electricity puzzle. I dig it. Probably how I opened the door back there. 30-second stroll stream. Yeah, I thought about it. Shitty golden bow. I had the whole, like, I want to see Kappa, I want to see PogChamp, let me see that Craigasm all over my face, ah! Like that. And just take it off, like, no, let's just play Super Mario, guys. None of that. I'm good. I had all the custom follow and emote things. Aw, shit, yeah, it's a host. Automatically opens Nottin's wallet. Happy to help. I had, like, what's it? Snoop Dogg smoking weed as the thanks for following message. Alright, here comes the king. Alright, so this guy gotta come all the way back over here. There we go. But not really. Okay. I think I can access that one from further down. And then... probably figure out how I'm going to do the rest of this, right? So how does that get to where that is? Oh shit, yeah, it's a text. I could do that. Probably this guy over here. And then that guy in the middle, I guess? Can I not reach that guy from back here? Shit. Okay. Let's see if that is close enough to trigger what I need here before I actually move. We can just connect them by a corner, it looks like. Problem is being able to get back up to the top at the very end, right? That one has to be all the way over on the left in order for this to work, I think. So this one can come closer. Not too far. Getting these next to each other without moving the block is hard. There we go. Okay, let's try this instead. Okay, that makes more sense. Let's push that one a little bit further back. Perfect. I don't think I have shock immunity gear, right? There may have been a quest to get that, but I don't think I ever got it. So let's move this guy ever so slightly out of the way. Climb up here. Can I reach it from up here? I can, just barely. You can get the helmet, right? Does that give you shock immunity? Is that how that works? Oh, the rubber gimp gear? Does that actually make you... I thought I did have that. Oh yeah, it's right there. Wow, I'm blind. I guess I have to fully upgrade it to actually get the immunity to being electrocuted, right? Perfect timing, look at that. Cool, so I could upgrade the helmet at 2 steps and be ready with it. We get outside and save, and then we'll call it for tonight. Overboard are doing a playthrough of Okami. We're done. Did that just come out recently or something? Like weeks ago? Oh, nice. Which MGS are they doing, or are they doing this series? Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, as always. Let you know what's coming up for the rest of this week.